All right, you're here because you want to unlock Freyna. Very simple. First thing we do when we want to unlock a new Descendant is we're going to travel to Albion. We're going to head down to Anais in the Research Center, and we're going to pull up the Descendants list, click on Freyna, and it will show us the 4 items that we need in order to craft her, in order to research her. So we've got the Enhanced Cells, the Stabilizer, the Spiral Catalyst, and the Freyna Code. Now, if you click on each of these individually, you can open it up and it will tell you exactly where you need to go in order to obtain that material. So the 4 things that we need, the most logical progression here, the order that we want to do these in, you can do them in any order. It doesn't really matter until you get to the code. There's a specific order you need to do things in order to unlock the code. The others, we're just going to go in the way that makes the most chronological sense as you're just playing the game. So first and foremost, we're going to want to get the Stabilizer, then the Catalyst, then the Cells, and then the code. So if we're starting with the Stabilizer, we need to go to the Ruins path in Vespers. So just open up Vespers, and then down here in the Lumberyard, there is the little battlefield mission called Ruins Path, and you'll see in the potential rewards it shows you the Freyna Stabilizer has a 20% drop rate when you complete this mission. It is a very simple mission. Just run it until you get the Freyna Stabilizer to drop for you. It took me like 5 or 6 times. It's a basic escort mission. You're just going to walk next to a little robot until it gets to its destination, and then you protect it. It takes about 5 minutes per run. Very simple. Once you've got that checked off your list, you're then going to move north again to the next region. This is the Ruins, and there's going to be a mission here called the Ruins Underground Entrance. This is a very basic kill quest. It takes you 5 minutes or less. The Freyna Spiral Catalyst, again, has a 20% drop rate here at the Ruins Underground Entrance mission. All you're going to do is just kill stuff. You're just going to walk down this peninsula and kill stuff till you get to the end of it. There's going to be an elite that spawns. You kill him, mission is over. Very simple, very quick. So it's easy to run that over and over again until you get the Freyna Spiral Catalyst to drop. Those are the 2 easiest things to get. We've got half the things we need to craft her. The next thing we need is to get the Enhanced Cells, and that drops from the Shelter. That is a mission that you unlock just by doing the regular main quest line here in the Vespers area. Eventually, once you get to the end of the Vespers region, you will have to run this mission called the Shelter. It does have matchmaking. This is the one where you're going to take down Pseudo. He's like the Jaber wannabe guy. He's kind of weird. It takes 20 minutes or less, it says. The monsters are set to level 33. You can go in there if you're level 26, 27, and probably be just fine. If you're using the matchmaking, you'll get other teammates as well, and it should be no problem. But again, if you scroll down on the mission itself, it will show you Freyna Enhanced Cells, again, 20% drop rate. So this is the one that takes the longest to get, potentially, if you're unlucky. I had to run this mission like 5 times before it would drop for me. And since it's around a 20 minute or less, usually around like, I would say 15 minutes to complete this mission. So this can be a little bit of a time sink. But once you get it to drop, you now have 3 of the 4 things you need in order to craft Freyna. The last thing we need is to get her code. Now, if we were inspecting at the Albion Research Center, the list of things we need, it would tell us that we need, for the code, we need to go to the Void Fusion Reactor in the Rockfall Zone of the Sterile Land, and that is right here. But we don't want to do that just yet. That's like the end game here to get the code. What we need to do is 2 things before we run the Void Fusion Reactor. The first thing we want to go and do is this other mission, this little reconnaissance mission that's just straight west of the Fusion Reactor. It's just right next to it. So over here, you're going to see this little recon mission called the Rockfall Vulgus Strategic Outpost. And if you scroll down on the rewards, you'll see the amorphous material pattern for Freyna. That is what we need in order to craft the code. So that's step 1. Come over here. And again, 20% drop rate. You're just going to run. It's a very simple, like 3-minute mission tops. It's just this little circle radius you got to stand in, and you need to break these 3 canisters, these like generators, A, B, and C. Once you break those 3, an elite will spawn. You kill the elite. All the other enemies will despawn at that point, and the mission is over. Hopefully, you get the amorphous material to drop. If not, you're just going to run it over and over and over again until it does. But now, once you've got the amorphous material pattern, there's one more thing you need. So in order to actually run the Void Fusion Reactor and craft the code with our amorphous material that we just required, in order to run this mission, we need to get 12 monomer void shards, and we need 3 polymer void shards. So if you don't have these yet, they're very simple to get. There are these void shard missions all around the battlefield. They're spread all throughout here. So Void Fragment is what they're called. They have these little yellow markers on your map. but each of them is only destructible by a certain elemental type. So you see this one here, it says only destructible by skill, and it says electric. So if you're playing as Bunny, this is where you're going to want to come. And if you scroll down on the rewards, it will tell you what you can get to drop here. It shows 4 monomer void shards, which is great because we need 12 monomer void shards. So this is the easiest one to do. So if you run 3 of these, you've got everything you need right here. I was unfortunately playing on Ajax, and I could not find anybody running this one, so I just had to go to Kingston because the one that I need that doesn't have an elemental affinity is in Kingston. So as Ajax, I would break the thing there, run that little mission. I had to run it 12 straight times because it only drops 1 of each, and that took me about half an hour to 40 minutes. But either way, this is the easiest one to do, is the one with Bunny with the electric. So always check that one first just to see if anyone is running it, that you can just hop in with them. But once you've got 12 monomer void shards and 3 polymer void shards, now we are ready to come back and run this little void fusion reactor Sterilland Rockfall Zone mission. It's very simple. It's going to spawn 2 bad guys. That's it. Just 2 little elites, 2 yellow bars going to spawn. It's going to take you 30 seconds to kill the 2 of them. Mission is over. At that point, a orb is going to spawn on the ground near the mission, near the thing that you started it at. You're going to walk over to it. Now you have the amorphous material for Freyna. You're going to craft the code. Now we have everything we need. Everything checked off the checklist. We can head back to the research center, at which time we will put the items in. We'll start the research on Freyna, and then you can just AFK for 18 hours straight, and then you'll be able to play her. Or you can pay $5 and play her now. So I leave that entirely up to you. But that's how you unlock Freyna. I hope you found this helpful, and hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.